are at Grantsburg Hockey Arena in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Head coach of the boys Blizzard team, Grant Nicholl, kind enough to join us here on the drive-in interview. And we're just going to talk a little bit about tonight. Tonight is kind of a kickoff thing for the boys Blizzard team. It's the Lemons versus the Oranges. It's a scrimmage. So can you tell us a little bit about the tradition of this event?
Well, when I took over a few years ago, they had this tradition where they had a glorified practice where they put it together like a scrimmage and split the boys into two squads, and the winners eat oranges and the losers have to eat the lemons. So
okay.
It's kind of a good way to end the tough weeks of practice before we hit the game trail.
And the games are starting next week, is that right?
Yep, we go to a scrimmage jamboree deal in Rice Lake on Monday, and then the day after Thanksgiving we host a tournament over in Siren with a couple local teams and a team from Ely, Minnesota.
Okay, so just kind of looking around, kind of seeing that you're ranked, you're an honorable mention on out of all the Wisconsin teams, and just looking in your locker room, you got some stuff up about maybe heading to Madison this year. So can you kind of give us an outlook? What do you have this year? What are your expectations? And is Madison a realistic possibility here this year?
Well, we set the bar high right from the beginning. First day of practice, you know, the big goal. Of course, as we go, we break it down into game by game, but the overall goal is the kids really want to see themselves at the end of the year playing in Madison. We kind of struggled in the playoffs the last few years, had okay seasons. We return our core group of guys. Basically, the first three lines have been around. This will be their third year skating together as the first three lines. So we got a good group of kids coming back, good strong goaltending coming back the past 3 years in a row, a couple of solid bodies at defense, and we're finally getting some recognition in the state with the honorable mention. I believe Swiss Sports has us at 9 in the state, so boys got some big shoes to fill.
All right, so preseason rankings, take them for what they're worth. Obviously, it comes down to performing on the ice, but very cool that you guys are getting recognized early. And like you mentioned, it's probably because you have such consistency. You had a decent year last year, but I know Englehart's back, Labatt's back. Who are the other guys, and can you talk a little bit about those two in particular?
We got Joe Englehart, like you said, coming back. Put up 71 points last year as a junior.
Now, did he lead the state? I think I remember he led the state in points.
He was up in the top couple guys, I believe. It depends what site you look at, which how many stats were put in, stuff like that. We got Thomas Labatt. He'll be a 3-year starter coming back in the nets between the pipes. We have Brandon Roofs right behind him, another solid goaltender. He's as a junior, pushing Thomas at all times. Look for the Dittmeyer brothers to produce like last year. I think Aaron Dittmeyer as a freshman was right around that 50-point mark. Anthony, his brother's a senior. I think he was up in that 40 to 50-point mark. That's a heck of a top line.
So that's back. Your top line, Englehart and the Dittmeyer brothers.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
It is.
Talk about defense. I mean, I don't know if that has been the strong point of your team's last few years, but what should we expect from your defense this year?
Well, we didn't lose a lot last year, but we did lose a couple key defenders. We got Matt Larson coming back, who's started since a freshman. Big, strong kid, amazing athlete. He'll kind of head up the D-core. We have Dakota Linke coming back for his third year. And then we're going to look to a few guys that were utility players last year to fill in, step up, and that fill in those two senior spots from last year.
Okay. So you guys are a part of the Two Rivers Conference, which is basically the Blizzard, and then the rest are all Minnesota teams. That's been maybe this is your third or fourth year, man?
Yep.
So how has that worked out? And kind of the second part of that question is, do you feel like come playoff time, do you guys get seated appropriately, even though, I think I know the answer, with the just playing all those Minnesota teams?
Yeah. It was put together, the Two Rivers Conference was put together the year I started coaching over here a couple of years ago. It was a lot of teams that were independents and they were struggling to get home games and away games. It was put together. It was a good deal when it was put together. Now we have the combination of Minneapolis coming together. They'll be a tough team in the Two Rivers Conference. A couple teams kind of peeking through. Legacy should be decent this year. Private school in the Blaine area. Yeah, when it comes to sections and getting seating in Wisconsin, with that conference schedule, that ties up 14 of our 20 available games. So we don't play a lot of Wisconsin competition. So, you know, even with the record we had last year, we had a 6th seed, which was lower than we thought we should be, but when it got to playoffs, we didn't prove them wrong. So this year we picked up River Falls at home right after Christmas, and that's a big Section 1 opponent. So that'll be a good test for the guys to kind of show where they should stand in the section.
All right. Well, that's Grant Nicholl, the head coach of the boys Blizzard team. The Blizzard cooperative of Webster, Siren, Frederick, Luck, and Grantsburg. And they're looking to have a big season this year. And just thank you for joining us on this drive-in restaurant interview. Thanks, Grant.
Thank you.